Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 6th of May 2019. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot for this reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to know. And these readings are for everyone who watches and all signs of the zodiac. So they apply to everybody. We've got the King of Stones in reverse, the Blasted Oak in reverse, and the Three of Bows in reverse. So, like yesterday, we've got three reverse cards, so the energy is changing significantly. So that's kind of tiring for us in itself when the energy swaps and changes around like that. It's like when on Tuesday it's super hot and it's 30 degrees Celsius, and then on Saturday it starts snowing. So it's somewhat exhausting on an emotional level. So I'm going to read these both ways around. The Three of Bows, fulfillment. It's about choosing your path so that you are fulfilled in life. The Blasted Oak is the Tower, and that's when the external circumstances intervene to destroy the structures in your life, and you feel like the carpet has been pulled out from under you and you go flying. And then the King of Stones is the King of Pentacles, a wolf here, and that's someone who is in charge of his finances and his health and his practical circumstances, and he knows how to deal with things like this. So when any circumstances that happen in the world, he's dealt with them before, he's able to deal with them again, he knows what he's doing, and it's not a problem. So if we were to look at it this way, you would feel very strongly today that this is an idea I want to pursue. I'm going to follow this path to feel fulfilled. You run into a major disaster. Things blow up in your face, even though you thought it would fulfill you. And even though things blow up in your face, you could deal with them and things would be fine. However, the cards are in reverse. So, you don't know exactly what you're doing. You're not the King of Stones just yet. You're learning about how to make your circumstances better. You're learning about mastering your finances and your circumstances and your daily routine. And because you're thinking about that and kind of contemplating how to make things better for yourself, you build new structures in your life. You go flying with fire coming from your arms towards a new space in your life where you're able to build something new. You're able to build a new tower. You're able to plant a seed that's going to turn into a great giant oak. So it's the beginning of a new week, but it's also the beginning of a new structure and a time in your life, because you're not the expert just yet, but you're trying your best. You can't get to, this is a court card, the King of Stones. The King of Stones, you never start there. You start as the Page of Stones, someone who's just working with the very basic things in life. So minimum wage job, really terrible income, bad health, poverty. Then you work your way up to being the Knight of Stones, and that is making a lot of money and then falling into greed, or starting to use money as a plaything and gambling and having major extremes when it comes to your finances and your daily routine, or just throwing it all in and going to sail around the world for 3 years, or completely focusing on your health and becoming a bodybuilder and getting extreme in that sense, or just focusing on your work, becoming a workaholic and neglecting your health so that you just don't look after yourself. But once you've started to create balance and you realize that none of those extremes lead to a happy place, then you become the King of Stones. And then the element of stones, earth, pentacles, starts to serve you, not the other way around. So you're not quite there yet. That's why you have to build these structures. You have to build the security and scaffolding in your life so that you can learn and that you can grow and that you can feel secure. And finally, that then creates balance in your life. So even though this card is in reverse, these two are still balanced, and you don't go anywhere. You don't need to choose. You don't need to go down a certain path to be fulfilled. It's not about seeking fulfillment out there in the world somewhere. It's about creating fulfillment within yourself by creating balance and by building something new in the here and now with what you've got and with what comes from within. So your ideas, your thoughts that are urgent and that feel burning and that feel like I'm coming out of the extremes and I'm really going to build something that's going to let me be more balanced and more structured so that I don't have to go from feeling elated financially to being ruined financially. But instead, I'm going to build a new website and sell products on there, which is going to give me a passive income. And I'm going to do this active work so that together I can pay my bills and I don't get evicted from my place and I don't have to move every 2 months. So that creates balance between thinking and passion. And then you find a sense of fulfillment here in your personal life, in your physical life, and then you can look at expanding and growing and making things even better and making your life richer and bigger. So let's look at any kind of businessman as an example. Businessman comes from nothing, has an idea. Let's say he's in Glastonbury and he inherits the farm from his parents and there's a well on the farm. He takes the well and he decides, I'm going to bottle this water and I'm going to sell it as Glastonbury water with the label on it. And it becomes a huge success and he makes a lot of money and he's able to build a nice house and fix his teeth, which have always been terrible and a disaster, and he's never had the money to fix them. And see a therapist because emotionally he's been really messed up, but he's never had the money to address his emotional issues. And because his business is doing so well, he spends money on all of those things, and he's able to create more balance in his life. And because of that, he then attracts a partner into his life because he's not an emotional mess and disaster all the time. He improves himself. He works on himself, personal development, and then he finds someone to share that with, and they discover that they have a joint passion for travel. So they have the business, which kind of runs itself. They hire someone to manage the daily operations, and they go on little cruises. And that's where they're happiest. So it sounds very trite and very boring, but if you are someone who has never had any security in your life, or you've gone from one catastrophe to the next, and you're just like, oh, when am I going to find a root, an anchor, somewhere where I can settle? When is there going to be balance in my life? Today is an opportunity to take an idea, run with it, and really take practical action to make it a reality, and it's going to bring more structure into your life. Number-wise, we've got 16, and 1 is 17, and 3 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology, and 2 is a relationship, and it's cooperation. So cooperate with your own ideas and your thinking, the relationship you have with the universe, with yourself, with the practical thoughts that are coming in. Listen to that, trust it, take the action, and look at the relationship between your thoughts and your passions, and try and combine them. If you find a way to combine them, then that's your green light to move ahead, and then you're building something which is going to create more peace and harmony in your life. So this is a really important day. It's a great way to start the week, and it's a real shift in energy and a really important and emotionally draining day, because you're really putting down a foundation in your life on which you're going to build your house. And that takes some doing. That is really, this is the first day of the rest of your life, if you want it to be. This is really putting the cement down and letting it dry. And that takes a lot of energy. So don't be surprised if you're tired at the end of the day, but if you are, you'll know that you've been productive and that you've taken a step towards self-betterment. So have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. So if you want me to have a look at your chart or answer any of your questions, then head over to gregoryscott.com to audio reading, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.